Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you my top 10 sustainable practices that also save me a ton of money. All right, if you're new here, hello, I'm Claire. Welcome to my channel. Make sure you hit subscribe if you like what you see here today. I am a frugal lifestyle lover, a budget queen, if you will. I absolutely enjoy a good deal. I like to live within my means, and frugality is just like a staple of the way that I live. At the same time, I also try to be sustainable wherever possible. I am by no means a perfect, zero waste, never uses plastic, never eats out kind of person. I still do all of those things. However, I think that small changes slowly over time really add up. And I encourage you, even if you're really intimidated by the person who has all their trash for an entire year in one jar, I don't think that this movement is not for you, because every little thing that you can do matters. And oftentimes some of these influencers live this lifestyle where they're very sustainable, but all the things that they have are very expensive. And sometimes that can scare people away from trying to be sustainable because it's expensive. So I thought I would share with you ways that I am both sustainable and saving money at the very same time. It's amazing. All right, let's start out with the first thing I do, and that is I use my Sodastream. I love my Sodastream. It's a little bit of an investment to buy at first. I bought the complete pack with all the bottles and all the extras for around $100. But look out on the Facebook Marketplace because people sell them for cheap all the time there. You can also get great coupons for Bed Bath & Beyond and stuff like that to get 20% off and things like that. Once you have the initial setup though, it will save you money instantly. If you are a big soda drinker, swapping out your soda that you buy at the grocery store every week for your Sodastream will save you so much money. It's crazy. And I love that the canisters of CO2, when you run out, which we run out every couple of months, it takes kind of a long time for us to run out of it. I just take that canister into my local Meijer or Best Buy. A lot of places will trade them out for you, and they recycle those and refill them. So it's really great. It cuts down on all your waste. You don't have to recycle the cans yourself the way you would if you bought them at the store. And yeah, Sodastream all the way. Here for it. The second thing that I do is I use cloth pads. And I know that that's not everyone's cup of tea. And if you're a person who has a period, I understand if that's not something you want to try. However, I have had great success with my cloth pads, and the ones I got are from Amazon, but I would suggest that if you want to try using cloth pads, go to Etsy and support someone who's in a small business or a small creator. That would be much better. I would definitely do that the second time around if I were to do it again. But I did buy mine from Amazon, and I bought them years ago, and I've been using them for literal years, and I just can't believe how much money that has saved me over that monthly purchase for this amount of time. And they're still in great shape. There's no reason to replace them or get rid of them now. And if you're not into the cloth pad idea, maybe try a menstrual cup. There are so many varieties of all different price ranges out there. Some are so affordable, I just can't even believe it. It's cheaper than a box of tampons, and it'll last you ages. So maybe if you're a person with periods, think about trying a more sustainable way to do all that stuff. The next thing I'm going to talk about are these little facial pads, or makeup remover pads. That's what I use them for. As you see, they've been used a lot. I've had these for years as well, and they're still going strong. I use them to take my makeup off. I use them to put my toner on, and I put them in this bag and run them through the wash when they're dirty, and then I just use them again. I have not had to buy cotton balls or cotton rounds in years since I bought these. And so I think that's a really good idea. And these were, I think, $15 on Amazon. So a very sort of cheap initial investment. However, if you don't want to spend $15, go to your local fabric store, get a quarter of a yard of flannel. You can usually get that for less than $1. Flannel is not expensive. Find it on sale, cut your flannel into little squares, and there you go. Using cloth for your skincare routine is such a good idea. No cotton balls in this family, no need for them. The next thing I've talked about before, and that is we used cloth diapers with our children. And I actually have 2 videos from a very long time ago, so excuse me if they are a little cringeworthy. It was when my channel was just a baby itself. I have one where I talk about my cleaning routine and how I stripped my cloth diapers, and I also have a video that's like an intro to cloth diapers, so like how the liners work, how to buy them, how to fit them, all that kind of stuff. So if you are interested in cloth diapering, I will leave a link to those 2 videos down below for you to check out. And cloth diapering seriously saved us so much money. Like, the amount of years and the amount of diapers that the average baby goes through is unbelievable. And the fact that disposable diapers will be sitting in a landfill long after my children are gone is crazy. So even if you just put 1 cloth diaper a day on your child, that still saves money and disposable diapers. The next thing I do is I grow my own food as much as I can. I know this definitely comes from a place of privilege because I have space in my yard. I have the time, and I also have, a good growing season. I mean, not huge, I'm in Michigan, but I still have, the sunshine and all that. So, but I do think that even if all you have is a pot and a balcony, you should at least be growing a tomato plant out there. Of course, it's better for the environment if you grow your own food. You don't have to drive to the store. The food doesn't need to be shipped. You can control, if you're using fertilizer or whatever, you can control the variety of foods that you're growing, which can impact the soil and all of that great stuff. And personally, I save a lot of money because like right now I am growing a boatload of cherry tomatoes. And this is just one example. I take a handful of them, I freeze them with a bit of basil from the garden. And of course I'm reusing old salsa jars and old gelato jars. And that way I'm, finding another way to reuse a thing. And then in the dead of winter, when cherry tomatoes are $5 a pint at the store, I can just whip out a container and throw it in for like a feta bake or a 1-pot pasta. We do use tomatoes and basil all the time, and this is like a super easy way to get that fresh taste without having to spend a ton of money in the off season. The next thing we do, which I'm certain I've talked about before on this channel, is that we always buy used cars. Over the years, this has saved us a lot of money. Buying a car that's just a few years old and has nothing wrong with it is going to be a way better deal than buying a brand new car. A car depreciates in value the second you pull out of the lot with it. So there's really no reason to buy a brand new car. You can still buy a car that's like in the year or the year before. You can buy a newer car, but brand new, it's not necessary. I know there's like some intricacies, whether is it better for the environment if you bought like a brand new electric car versus an old like gas guzzler. I know there's like, a lot of fine print when it comes to deciding what is actually best for the environment. However, I think you could probably find a used electric car if you wanted to go that route. And I just always think that using things that already exist on the planet instead of buying a new thing is always a better deal. And cars, since they're such a large investment, is an easy way to save a ton of money. The next thing ties into that, and that is we thrift everything. You would be shocked at how many of the things in my home are thrifted. The things I wear, my kids' toys, like the majority of our furniture, everything is thrifted. And I want you to maybe think outside the thrifting box, because a lot of people think that thrifting just means that I go to the Goodwill and I just have to pick through what's there. But thrifting can mean a lot of things. You can buy things off the Facebook Marketplace. You can buy things off of like Poshmark or ThreadUp and some of these bigger online companies that sell secondhand items, which I think is great. If you like to online shop and you don't like picking through like rows and rows and rows of like clothing that's separated by color, which like who asked for that in a thrift store? Honestly, it's so frustrating. Also think of things like garage sales, estate sales, and things like that. There's a lot of ways to get things secondhand that aren't just picking through the things at the Goodwill. So maybe open your mind up to some of the other ways to get used things. The next thing we do is that my husband packs his lunch. And if I were a person who did go to work every day, I would also do this. I can't believe how much waste is involved with like fast food. And this doesn't mean that we don't eat fast food, because we still do. But generally, like for my husband to go out to eat every day, because a lot of times he's working in the field, that's so insanely expensive and has so much single-use plastic items within just one meal. I have the time. I don't mind meal prepping for him. I also buy things that are, easy to divide up or split up, the family-sized chicken legs, a huge bag of pretzels that I'll put into individual bags. Those things are actually really easy and don't take hardly any time. I know it's like an incredibly elitist thing to be like, oh, if you want to save money, you just stop drinking those lattes and pack your lunch. But honestly, when it comes down to it, packing a lunch will save you money, and it will also reduce the amount of single-use plastic. That's bottom line. The next thing we do, I really wanted to show you these. I use bar shampoo. I do not use shampoo that comes in bottles. And I've been using these for a year, over a year now. Not this specific set. I had to try quite a few bars before I found some that work with my hair. I have curly hair, and lately I've been trying to rehab my curls after years of dyeing it and styling it. I'm trying to bring them back. But these are from a brand called High Bar. And this came in the 2-pack. This is the shampoo bar. This is the conditioning bar. And the blue one is the hydrating one. And I found that to work really well on my curls. I've been using these for 6 months. So initially it's $30 for the pair, which, depending on the type of shampoo you normally buy, is kind of a lot, But I've been using them forever. They are lasting ages. This will go before the conditioner, and then I'll just have to replace the shampoo. The conditioner will last me over a year. It's lasting so long. It's amazing. So I love that I'm doing the shower thing plastic free. And also this does save money. $15, $30, for a whole year of shampoo and conditioner is a really good deal. And the last thing that we do that saves money and is good for the environment is that we share. Not just my husband and I, but my sister and her family and my mother and my father. We share things all the time. As an example, my mom, she's the party queen. She has tons of dishes and linens and all things to host great events. She also is a master thrifter. That's where I get it from for sure. Most of her stuff is thrifted. And anytime I need to have a party or I'm having people over, I'll borrow my mom's ice bucket. I will borrow her cocktail shaker or a tablecloth or whatever, and then I just give it back. And the rule of thumb we kind of have is that if I borrow something 3 times or more, then I should probably buy one myself. But people can do this for all sorts of things: shoes, clothes, bags, electronics. There are so many things that you can share within your friends and family that you don't actually need to buy. If you're going to use something 1 time or 2 times, you don't need to go buy it. Just share. Normalize sharing things. It will save you tons of money, and also it'll save a lot of things from eventually ending up in the landfill. All right, you guys, those are all of my sustainable things. Well, not all of them. I'm sure I do more in real life, but the ones I decided to share. Leave me a comment down below if you have any other super sustainable things that you do that also are frugal, because I just love this crossover, and I'm sure everyone watching would love more ideas. Of course, come on back for more. I post 2 videos a week. I'd love to have you, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!